Attention moviegoers, this is the intermission. It's time to get your favorite silver screen snack.
And in the foyer, you can obtain leading brands of cigarettes and confectionery.
Time for ice cream! Ice cream time!
Viewer discretion is advised.
Are you ready?
Constable Edwards joined the police force when he left the army and has now served in the police for more than 6 years, maintaining law and order, helping those who require help, and giving advice to those who seek it. There are 400 policemen, of which about 100 are on duty at any one time. Some will remain behind to staff the station itself. The railway station lies on his beat. His beat includes one side of the marketplace, a street of lock-up shops and warehouses, a school, part of the city park, and a row of houses. Meanwhile, at the marketplace, some boxes have fallen off a moving lorry, fortunately without injuring any passers-by, and a crowd has quickly gathered round. One of the objects of putting a policeman in uniform is the prevention of crime. The British policeman is a friend to all except the criminal. Police Constable Edwards stops at the bus station . The duty officer may also switch on a flashing light at the police pillar to warn the policeman on whose beat the incident has occurred, so that he can go and help those in the police car. At 10 o'clock, Police Constable Edwards' period of duty is over. And so the tour of duty goes on throughout the city. Night and day, in rain, in snow or sunshine, the policemen are out on their beats, friendly and helpful, being firm where firmness is called for, and being kind to those who seek aid.
At Desford, Leicestershire, the first two people's houses are ready for the Minister of Housing, Mr. Harold Macmillan, to inspect with the architect. Built in 12 weeks for less than £1,000 each. Women will find their work has been made as simple as possible. As ex-Sergeant Reist hears the familiar, "Come and get it," he's home at last. That's young William putting on the shine. Hot water comes from the continuous burning fire. The fuel store is a built-in part of the house. Bedrooms have built-in cupboards, which make rooms so much easier to keep tidy. Market Bosworth Council has placed a contract for 38 more of these houses in its drive to put every man by his own fireside.
It's hard to believe that just behind these houses on our right are the secret gardens of Queen's Road allotments.
Do you remember? This space was actually called Puffer's Close, and it used to be surrounded by allotments. Acres and acres of allotments, but gradually over the years we can tell from the maps that the housing development has generally encroached on those allotments until we've got to this space here and one other that was behind us that used to be called the leicester.number allotments, and we lost those to a housing development just at the beginning of the well, it was 2001 they started to build on those. There used to be 45 allotments, and we fought battles through the 80s and 90s to try and protect them. But and although Leicester City Council turned down the planning applications a couple of times, the developers appealed to the Secretary of State, and the inspector found in their favour eventually, because he said that there wasn't enough evidence of demand, or he couldn't find enough evidence of demand.
Well, my name, Philip William Cooper. Well, now I've owed me, but I did live in 220 Queen's Road. I bought that place, I think, in 1983, something like that. I paid 36,000 for it, including the allotment. That's when I met Taffy Johnson, or Aidan Johnson, his proper name. Still alive, he's in his 90s now.
I'm a fifth generation sock maker. My family started making socks in 1882. Panthrella was started in 1937 by Louis Goldsmith. He started his factory on Hallerton Street here in Leicester, England, and we're still based on the same street to this day. Right from the very beginning, Panthrella established itself as a maker of fine English socks. And we've been stocked by Harrods since the 1940s, and we've gained followers from star icons and aristocrats to royals and some dapper dressers along the way. We make all the socks here in our own factory in Leicester. We have control from start to finish to ensure that Panthrella socks remain the world's finest.
Kirby West's been around since 1861, I think, is the earliest date we can trace us back to. We deliver milk and various other related dairy products to several thousand homes in and around Leicester and Leicestershire. We open our doors for them to start loading at 3:30 in the morning, and the average man's during the week, I would say, back in here somewhere around about 10:30, something like that.
June 1919 saw a rare royal visit to Leicester. The presence in the town of George V and Queen Mary was an immediate portent of the restoration of Leicester's status as a city. Meanwhile, a debt-laden fosse had gone into liquidation. The reconstructed club would take advantage of the new civic status and floated itself as Leicester City Football Club. Scotsman Peter Hodge was appointed manager, and his initial team building was aimed at establishing the new club in a generally booming local sporting economy. Came the remodelled ground's biggest test and its all-time biggest gate. 47,298 occupied every vantage point the ground offered, including the adventurous souls who scaled the Filbert Street End roof for a fifth-round FA Cup tie against Spurs.
Claire Hollingworth. She spotted and reported German forces massed on the Polish border. 3 days later she was the first to report the German invasion of Poland. Hollingworth was born in 1911 in Knighton, a southern suburb of Leicester. She attended a domestic science college in Leicester, which she did not enjoy. Hollingworth started to write articles on a freelance basis following the 1938 Munich Agreement. She went to Warsaw. Claire Hollingworth, OBE, the 10th of October, 1911, the 10th of January, 2017. She was the first war correspondent to report the outbreak of World War II.
Always look on the bright side of life. Love and smile and dance and sing. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. Always look on the light side of life. Always look on the bright side of life.